Why you gonna do like that? Why you gonna keep that thing from me? Why you gonna do like that? Why you gonna act like you don't know? No, baby, don't do like that. Girl, come feed me, don't be stingy. Why you gonna do like that?
Hey everyone,
No, baby,
welcome
don't
back
do
to
like
my channel. My name is Cynthia. For those of you who are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. For those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much. I am so grateful for all the support and love that you guys show me on here. So don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you don't ever miss any of my posts again. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I make Efo Riro. So Efo Riro is a Nigerian cuisine, especially from the Yoruba tribe. It is beautiful, it's amazing. It's made of vegetables and palm oil and stockfish, crayfish, and a whole lot of other things. It is really tasty, and it's quite healthy if you can limit the amount of palm oil you put in it. So I'm going to show you how I make my Efo Riro. And guys, honestly, if you have not tried my Efo Riro recipe, yep, you have not cooked Efo Riro properly. So Efo Riro is somewhat easy to make. The only thing is in the preparation, it takes a little bit of time, but I'm going to show you ways that you can cut the preparation time in literally half. Yeah, and please don't forget to share my recipes and my videos with all your friends and tell them to share it with their friends. Enough of all the chit chat, it's time to get into cooking. So to begin, you need all-purpose seasoning, crayfish, Maggi cubes, scotch bonnet peppers, paprika peppers. You'd also need some locust beans, 2 medium-sized onions, spinach, about 6 bundles of those, palm oil, and I'm using the pure zami oil. You also need an assortment of pre-cooked meat. So in here I have turkey, Pnomo, goat meat, and Shaki. I'll also be using the stock from the meat. So I'm gonna start by washing and blending all my peppers and onions together. Don't forget to de-seed your paprika peppers. So I'm just gonna blend that into a rough blend. You don't want anything too smooth. And once I'm done blending, I'm gonna pour it into a strainer just to extract all the water. And this basically saves you 10 to 15 minutes in the kitchen, guys, because normally you'd have to cook the pepper mixture for at least 10 to 15 minutes just so that the water can dry out. So this is what you get at the end of it when you've strained the water out. So now it's ready to go straight. Next, I'm going to cut and wash my spinach. And yes, I always cut my spinach before washing it. This is because it's a lot less messy and it's so much easier to do. So as you can see, I've cut it into large chunks. I'm just going to soak it in hot water now. Make sure it's all covered in hot water because we need the spinach to be a little bit soft before we cook with it. Then I'm going to rinse the spinach out and pour it into a strainer. So after we've done this, the next step is to squeeze. I'm just going to separate them into 3 different sections and I'm just going to squeeze. So basically we're squeezing because we're trying to get rid of as much water as possible from the spinach because we don't want the Efo Riro to be watery. So if your spinach has too much water in it, it's going to ruin this plan. So we have to try and get rid of all the water in it. So guys, with this squeezing bit, this is the reason you definitely need to cut your spinach to be quite chunky, else when you squeeze and put it in your soup, it will just disappear. So once you've got everything ready, it's time for us to now start cooking. I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of this cooking oil. Like I said, it's called pure zami. You can get it from any Afro shop. So just 2 tablespoons into a heated pan. Allow it to heat up before adding your blended peppers and onions. So I'm just going to add that and I'm just going to stir fry for like about 2 minutes. Then I'm going to add my locust beans. So I'm just going to add the locust beans, stir and allow to cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. So basically you have to stir continuously until when you see the bubbles. So this should take like 7 to 10 minutes. Then you know it's time for you to add your meat. So I'm just going to add my pre-cooked meat. As you can see, I'm only adding the meat right now. I'm not adding my stock yet. I'm going to leave that till the end just so that I don't put too much water because like I said, we don't want the Efo Riro to be watery. So I'm just going to put the stock aside, stir in the meat nicely and let it cook for like 1 minute. Then I'm gonna add my crayfish, stir it all up. So I didn't end up using the 2 Maggi cubes and the all-purpose seasoning just because my meat and the stock had enough seasoning in them. They were well seasoned, so they just transferred the taste to the food, so I didn't have to add any more extra seasoning. Anyways, now it's time to add the spinach. So I'm just going to add the spinach and stir it all up. And while you stir, you just need to make sure to separate the leaves because they're obviously squeezed together. Just stir it up, taste it, and see if you need any more seasoning. You can add some seasoning if you feel like you need some. And now I'm gonna add my stock. So I really don't like it when my Efo Riro is watery, so I don't put too much water. I prefer it to be a little bit thick and dry. So it depends on what you want. If you want it more watery, you can add more water, but to me this is perfect. So this is basically what it looks like right now. My Efo Riro is ready, and I will be serving this with some nice semolina. You can also have it with fufu, pounded yam, eba, whatever your favorite staple is, or you can also have it with rice.
Why say? Body on this one, no. Ain't nobody but that. I don't wanna wait for nobody.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think about it in the comment box below and give it a thumbs up if you like it. Also, I hope some of you try this recipe out and let me know how it goes. Share this recipe with your friends and tell your friends to share it with their friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also turn on your post notification so that you don't ever miss any of my recipes again. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.